Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years for a much-anticipated main event. Scheduled for 8 rounds among light heavyweights. Each man comes into this fight supremely confident, expecting to deliver a W. He's giving us one of those attitudes like, hey, it's just another day at the office. I know exactly what I'm about to do. He's had this experience so many times, and success has always come on the back end of these ring walks. It's his focus at this moment that delivers it. Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round 1 is underway. Nice work with the left hand. Scored well up top. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. And just grabbing onto his opponent. How about that left right there? Flush right hand to the head. Good block. Good scoring shot. It was a straight right. Right hand downstairs. Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Able to land the hook to the head. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Oh, what a hook upstairs. Able to land the jab. A well-placed left hand up top. Body shot lands. It was the right. Very nice work with the double jab up top. And he's really doing a nice job of hitting the mark with the jab.
And that's exactly what he needs. And it's not hard to hit the mark when the mark's coming at you. The right choice of a punch.
Able to place the right hand in there. Right to the belt line. And that's the end of the round. A round in which this guy just didn't show a whole lot of defense. Teddy, why is it that everybody thinks they can punch, but not everybody knows how to defend themselves?
Well, you know, I take a guy off the street, and I guarantee you, Joe, he'll come in the ring, he'll start swinging, he'll windmill a little bit. But getting away from the punches, that's something that has to be taught.
So this round is underway, and what a difference a break makes for him. Look at how fresh he is to start this round after getting hit hard and rocked in that last round.
What a difference a rest makes when the corner knows how to take advantage of that rest. They got water on him, they revived him, they massaged his legs a little bit, gave him some encouragement. Good to go.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. He snaps a jab. Good solid right hand he lands there. So right from the start in this fight, he's committed to the body shots.
Well, that's the time to go there right at the beginning, because body work pays off for you later in the fight. No sense in wasting time. Get right to it.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Crashes home with a hook. A well-targeted jab that time.
And that's exactly what you need when you want to stay on the outside. something to keep you away from your opponent.
That right hand serving him well. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Look at that, the hook came home with ease. Back to basics here, as you can see the jab becoming a key instrument for him.
Boxing 101. You have an opponent walking in, you want to stay on the outside, use that jab.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Good way to protect the midsection. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
He scored well after being hit himself. He scores with the left. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Scored well up top. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Turns over that hook and he does damage upstairs. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. And that does it for this round.
There you go.
All right, let's look at Teddy's scorecard after 3 rounds, and you can see that he's up by just a round, but I think it's fair to say that it's anybody's fight at this point. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Solid left hand to the head. I really like what he's doing here. I mean, if you were to pick any one piece of weaponry that you say aligns with what he is strategically as a fighter, it is the jab, and he's firing it off beautifully.
And he's firing it off consistently all night at the right distance. He's getting full extension on that punch, and that's making him effective offensively and safe defensively. He's out of the other fighter's range.
He scores with the jab there. Halfway through round number 4. Able to time that left hand and score with it. Clean shot with the right. Oh, what an uppercut. Up top with the right hand. Good flush shot upstairs. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the... Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt. You know, his opponent's doing a good job of just being patient now and looking for that one good shot.
Well, you know, the landscape of this business, the history of this business is littered with guys that they've had someone hurt, they get a little careless, they get caught. He better watch out that he doesn't get put on that landscape.
Got any more of these? I'll give you one. Hold it. More blood? Yeah.
It has been completely one-sided so far tonight, and he's in control as we start this round. He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth a right hand. Little head hunting with the left. Not able to land the uppercut. Solid left. Blocks that belt line well. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. Good work with the combination, putting his punches together, and it's paying off.
Yeah, it is paying off. You know, the first couple didn't get there, but he caught him on the back end.
Good combination punching out of him here.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a musical, except right now, I don't think his opponent likes the tone of it.
And he returns on that exchange. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Left to the body. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Right to the body. And yet another big shot comes in. Oh, this is going to be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
So he scores a knockdown in the last round. Now he gets to settle down and gather himself a bit. Do you go after it? Do you get super aggressive here having had your man hurt? Or do you still have to employ a certain amount of caution?
It's kind of like being at the carnival. You know, you just hit the bullseye and you got that big stuffed animal you can give to your wife or your girlfriend. But now he doesn't want you to go away with that.
Oh, no.
No. He tells you, wait a minute, try again. You could trade that in for something either bigger, but you might lose the one you have already. That's the question.
As he starts this fresh round, coming off a round in which he was knocked down, we often look at his legs. But sometimes even more telling was the disposition and the way that he and his corner acted in between rounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Joe, because if the corner's not confident, they're not calm. If they show panic, then, of course, a fighter absorbs that.
Now there's the jab. Nice work with the overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Here in these later rounds, you can start to see a trend, and one is developing. He cannot get away from that left hand.
Now listen, when you throw your punches, it's not enough just to chuck them out there. You gotta throw them from the right distance. He's throwing them from a little too close, where he's vulnerable, as you said, to that left hand.
Good left there. return fire that time. To the head he goes with a left hand. Good exchange. He fires back. Flush shot. The left hand came in. Not one, but two. Good work with the jab up top. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. I like the way he looked at the end of that round. It looks like he's gaining some momentum here. Good competitive fight, and I do believe that he's up on the scorecards.
Yeah, I have it the same way.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. Blocks a shot and then does nicely to work on his own. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Nice work, the left hand to the head. That wasn't able to land. Halfway through the 7th round. And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. Well, he's committed to the left hand, and it's paying off here. Very good work right there. The power shot after blocking his opponent's effort. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Fine-looking combination from him now.
Well, that's the benefit of combination punching right there, Joe. The first couple missed, but the third, the fourth, they landed.
A little something for his opponent, and a power shot lands, and all of a sudden it turns the tables.
A little slow with that jab, and he got caught the right hand.
He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. He scores with the jab. This is anybody's fight. Here we are, the start of round number 8. Teddy, you've got him up slightly, but I don't know. I'm watching this fight, and I think at any moment it could turn.
Yeah, this is like in the old days, you know, the corner might break off one of those ammonia capsules, one of those smell salts, you know, in the nose of a guy. Pick him up a little bit, bringing it down the home stretch. Hey, you can't use those anymore, but you can use some stern, strong words. Get going. Come on, pick it up a little bit. Don't sleep now.
That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. That punch nowhere close. Did you see that? What a turn of events. What a turnaround. He scores his own knockdown after being knocked down earlier.
And that's where scoring a knockdown hurts you sometimes, because now you think you're just going to walk in and get it again. Well, he walked in, he did get it. He got it.
And he's holding. Time is of the essence now. We've reached the halfway point of this final round. He scores with the jab there.
You know, Joe, a lot of times you think about a jab being used by an outside guy, but to get inside, you need a cover. And there, right there, was the cover.
The jab has been able to carry the night for him so far. Why so, Teddy?
Well, first of all, he's been able to get it off at the right time. His opponent, that sweet spot, you know, you hear about that in baseball. You want to just hit that ball in the sweet spot. Well, the jab, he's catching his opponent just as he's starting to get into his range before he can get off.
How about that left hand? You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. Fine fundamentals. Good counterpunch. Little head knocking with that right hand. Solid hook. Comes right back with a shot of his own. All the rounds in the books. For the official decision, let's send it up to the ring. Seemed like he was destined to win throughout the fight. Teddy, your scorecard showed that, and the judges agree. Unanimous decision.
Yeah, he was destined to win because he kept using that jab all night long and outworking his opponent.
It was a good one indeed. And for Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time at the fights. Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for our main event of the evening. 8 rounds of light heavyweight action. We are looking forward to this fight, especially after seeing what happened at the weigh-in yesterday. A stare down that nearly resulted in a bout breaking out right there. Now they get to do it for real. He's not throwing any fuel onto the fire for his opponent. He's just making his way down to the ring in a way in which he's checking that time card, ready to punch in and get to work. Jackson's poise is one of those things that cannot be denied. This is a very confident fighter. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. That right hand over the top lands flush. Scores up top with a left. Jackson's the target of a hook. And there he is scoring with the right hand. Successfully targeting the head. That was well done by Jackson. He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy, and so many times it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body, and he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
Jackson's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. A flush hook scores well for him. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good fighting, snapping shot by Jackson. End of the round is upon us. And take a look at those punch stat numbers. Very impressive work rate. Do you like a guy who just is flat out busier, Teddy?
As long as he's not reckless while he's being busy. Yeah, as long as he's tight with his punches, and his punches are in the right location, not too far away.
Here you go. That's the best.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Fires right back at him. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Jackson. And now he's targeting upstairs. A huge body shot is able to come home there.
He won't be eating too many solid foods tonight.
And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date and he wants to get to it.
Blocks one and then brings his own bazooka. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Jackson. Brings a big power punch. It landed well.
Well, we were talking about getting into the kitchen. He went in there and he tore apart that kitchen.
Oh, veteran move. Counter shot to the head. Oh, and they decide to trade there. He is not in good shape. He could be on the solid. A huge shot rains down, and he's on the floor.
And he has a decision to make, a choice to make right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits, have good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now, he needs them right now.
Well placed, straight right hand. Took a shot, now he gives the left. And that's the end of round two. Jackson's gathering himself now after scoring a knockdown in that last round. If you were his trainer, what would you be pumping into his head?
Well, I would say, you know what? He hasn't recovered. He hasn't had enough time to completely recover. Listen, be responsible defensively. Don't get reckless, but stay on him. Do not let him recover.
How quickly can he recover? That's one of the questions that'll be answered early on in this round after being knocked down in that last round.
Well, what he has to do is go out there, be defensive-minded. I think get a little time early on. Don't worry about winning or pressing the first part of the round. Just get himself together, then start picking it up after that.
Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. And he's just not engaging in the fight. He clinches again. Solid straight right hand. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Jackson's crumbled by that hook to the body. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Piercing jab. You see him holding on. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. Committing well now to that left hand over the top. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say, when you're calm in there, when you're controlling there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Blocking a score. And we come to the end of the round. He's given up 2 rounds on Teddy's scorecard as we begin round number 4, but I think he's got a pretty bright future in this fight here, knowing that he's gotten to his man.
Yeah, he knows it, and maybe more importantly, his opponent knows that he's been hurt. And I can see it already. It's making him a little bit more tentative, so it's making his job a little easier.
Not able to connect with the uppercut. Jackson's doing a poor job. There's no other way to really say it. I mean, he's sitting there trying to stay committed to being a counterpuncher, but in the meantime, the fight is getting away from him in a big way.
Yeah, he needs a plan B right now. You know, he came in with plan A, Joe, but plan B is what he needs. He has to find another way to create offense. He's not going to be able to do it countering on the back end.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. And now he scores with that left to the body. Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. How about that? Bombs away to the head by Jackson. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Hook to the body. Oh, that got to him. Teddy's trying to punch his way out of this damage he's incurred, but that's not the answer.
No, he's in a rainstorm. He needs an umbrella. And instead, he's running right out into the rain.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Jackson. Jackson's going to think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good solid counter. Teddy, is anything going to change at this point? He keeps getting hit by right hands.
Probably not. Let's be honest, Joe. This is a habit. This is a flaw that was with him in the gym, and it's still with him now. It's not going to change.
Here we are, the start of another round, and if everything goes according to the way the first half of this fight went, he's going to be coasting in for an easy win.
Well, if his opponent goes along with it, he definitely will, but maybe he'll change the script a little, flip the script a bit.
Very effective with the block and then the score. Big uppercut right on the mark. You see him zeroing in with that left hand to the body. Able to land with the right. Good combination, hooking to the body with the left and then going up top with the right. Jackson's proving to be elusive. Jackson's left now getting into the mix. Left to the body. He clinches when he gets to the inside. Wow, what an uppercut. Jackson's got a way of just getting away from that punch. Gets rid of that body shot. Jackson smashed by a hook. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in there in the kind of waters he's never been before, deep waters, and he's swimming harder than he's ever had to swim before.
There you go.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Fine looking right hand by Jackson. He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt.
Joe, in this kind of situation, it's kind of like a wounded animal. Yeah, you can go after, but you better be careful because he'll strike out when you don't expect it.
He digs in with an uppercut after blocking that shot away. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Jackson. Well-placed counter punch by Jackson. Parries the punch, puts one in there. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Halfway through round 6. Committing to the combo now, both land. Well, it may be one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Good snapping jab.
That's what you need to get inside. Hey, Joe, if you're going to rob a bank, you need a smoke screen so the guards don't see you coming. You want to get inside? Use a jab.
And now he scores well with a straight right. A little something of his own. Blocks a shot, brings back the uppercut. Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. And that's the end of round 6. Jackson's corner knows the situation here. Yes, we're up in a close fight, but anything can happen that can turn things around and go against us. So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Body shot, left hand. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Jackson. Jackson's got his man off guard here. Just a good variety of punches he's bringing.
Yeah, you don't want to be predictable, and he's not predictable.
And he ties up on the inside. Well-placed hook there. Really good work right there, landing the 2 punches in sequence by Jackson. Halfway through this round. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Jackson's banged around by a big uppercut. Committing to the body work now. He lands the right hand. And now just wasting away some time with that clinch. He missed with that headshot. Jackson's in a tough spot right now. Boy, he got rocked. Comes with the right. A well-timed hook by Jackson. There's the uppercut, one of my favorite punches, and it works that time for him. Jackson's showing you a little defensive skill there, able to move away from that punch. Start of round number 8 in what's been a highly entertaining fight. Jackson's in tough tonight. Teddy's scorecard has it even.
Well, somebody forgot to tell his opponent that he was the underdog because he's acting like he's the favorite. He expects to win, and that's the way you're supposed to be.
Solid uppercut. A little head hunting with the right. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. A stinging uppercut by Jackson. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. He brings it right back. Big shot upstairs. Oh, and he's got something for himself, and it's a left hand. Jackson still shaking after feeling that uppercut. Pulls the trigger right away with, oh, and there you go. Up off the deck and now in control. He scores a knockdown of his own.
And he turned it around because when his opponent scored the knockdown, he got a little careless, a little lazy.
3, 4, 5.
Jackson's getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. Gets him with the right hand. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Jackson. A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. Very, very close fight. But the envelope, please, will bring all the drama. Which way will the judges see this?
This is where they earn their money to be able to pick the right guy for tonight.
It's going to be tough for him to feel good tonight. You go out there, you put on that kind of consistent performance, and yet a draw.
Well, that's what's wrong with this business, and I'm always arguing about that. That chases the fans away. That hurts the career of this fighter. These judges should be accountable. Somebody should call them into the office and make them explain it.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night. evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to a sold-out Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 8 rounds, light heavyweights. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. He's coming down to the ring now, and what a nice reception as he is completely focused in on his goal tonight. When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. Sound defense. Good block that time by Davis. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Davis. Not much action as he just ties up. Halfway through round number 1. And oh, what a good strong uppercut by Davis. Digging in with a left to the gut. Fires off the hook. Look at that. On the mark with the straight left hand. Here's a moment here as you see the step back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science. Not just big shot. He goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it. Oh boy, what a break he just caught. The bell rings at the end of the round, saved by the bell.
And if you're in the corner, what do? Well, you just finished painting the house, you know, and you want to paint a little more, but the paint is still wet. You got to wait for it to dry a little bit. You got to wait for your guy to wake up. You got to wait for the cobwebs to go away before you can do more painting.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Comes right back with some offense of his own. And now you see him scoring well with the right. Scores big with the hook to the head. Halfway through this round here. Trying to time that straight left hand, and he does so with ease. Well, his opponent doesn't like that, but that's exactly what he was trying to do. Just create some space there. Good left hand able to land. Able to land another power shot early on here, Teddy. Does he have to worry about trying to keep up this pace?
No, I don't think so. If he keeps at this pace, he's not going to be around to worry.
That's as good as it gets right there. A crushing uppercut by Davis. Fires off that hook. So here we are at the end of the round. And this is the only chance these guys get to not throw at each other.
Yeah, this is a break. You know, a lot of times fighters find their own way of taking breaks during the fight, during the round. These guys really need this minute rest.
He seems fully recovered to me. Here we are, the start of a new round, and a fighter that got tagged hard in the last round seems as fresh as could be.
Well, when you push a fighter, when you push a human being to a dark place, that's when you're going to find out what's bright inside of them, what's great inside them, and he's responding just that way.
Davis is now feeling the after effects of being rocked by a huge hook to the head. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Good flush, straight left hand. Big, big shot comes crashing home. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment. Davis is showing you what he is made of, getting up off the canvas after being knocked down. "90 seconds to go here in this round. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Well, the quick read on this guy, if you watch this fight so far, is that he just doesn't jab enough.
And that's the most basic thing in the world. You need that punch to make everything else happen.
Targeting that overhand left. Well off the mark by Davis. Davis has done a good job there offensively scoring with that left hand. Three minutes gone by in this round. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out as we start round number 4. Davis is up 2-1, but keep in mind, they've already traded knockdowns.
Yeah, and his opponent knows that. He knows he can hurt him, and there's always hope, there's always incentive to get after him.
You see him with the left to the head there? Davis is coming out here after being knocked down in the last round. Teddy, what are some of the things you look for that will tell you he's on steady ground, that he looks fine?
Well, the first thing I look for is the base, the foundation. I mean, you look at a house, you want to see, and you want to make sure that that basement is solid. There's cinder blocks there. You know, you don't want to see that upper floor waving a little when there's a wind. You're looking at his legs. You want to make sure that they're steady, they're firm.
90 seconds to go in round number 4. Accurate with the straight left. Oh, and he got caught right there. Everything was going fine, and then he got caught.
Well, that's the problem. It was going too fine. He got a false sense of security. The other guy wasn't throwing back. He took for granted, and bang, you can't take for granted in this ring.
A shooting right hand by Davis. Nice Nice work to the midsection with the left. Well, something's got to stick. He sends the combination to the body. Downstairs with a right hand.
You can tell he's drawing on that experience now. That last round, he scored the knockdown. He knows how to get back in a fight.
Yeah, there's no panic in him. You know, he just scored the knockdown, but even before that, no panic in him. He understands how many rounds are in front of him.
Round number 5 has arrived. Davis has got to be thrilled with what he was able to accomplish in the first half of this fight. And as we start this round, clearly he wants to keep things in the same order.
Well, part of the testing of anybody being successful in anything, in boxing and anything, is how do you handle prosperity? We're going to find that out right now. I know that sounds like a good problem to have, but does he get carried away with himself? You know, does he get a little cocky? We're going to see.
Boy, just staying on the outside away from danger and scoring well. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. Devastating blow by Davis.
In a later stage of the fight like we have right here, when you see one guy consistently getting hit with the right hand, what is the answer?
Move your head.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Davis is franked by an uppercut. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. 10 clicks of the talk. Flush shot lands after blocking away his opponent's effort. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight. A solid uppercut by Davis. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Crashes home with the uppercut. Good combination landing there. Zoning in with the overhand left. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. Nice work with the uppercut. A little defense turns into offense. He blocks the shot, comes right back with one of his own. A well-placed left hand up top. Left to the body. Nice solid left hand scored by Davis. What a high-grade power punch by Davis. End of
of the round of what has been a very close and highly competitive fight. Teddy, how do you see this right now?
I see it almost dead even, and I see whoever finishes the rounds, because in these kind of tight rounds, if you finish up good, the judges remember that.
And we are back underway. Another round in a fight that's been very entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be a judge. This is one of those fights that could go either way. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Davis is making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
That's a fierce left hand that landed by Davis. A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it.
At the halfway point of round 7.
Davis is putting a smile on his corner man's face right there and frustrating his opponent with that jab. You see how he comes over the top with that left hand. Well-placed shot there. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Davis. Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. He gets away from one and then brings it home with his own. And round 7 comes to an end. As we start round number 8 here, it makes me think this is what makes our job very, very easy, Teddy. We got a good, even fight with both guys giving and taking.
Yeah, anybody could call these kind of fights, even me.
Good looking. Oh, he gets hit by a left hand that he had no clue on. Clearly hurt, but holding on.
He's hugging him like he just got home for Christmas.
Wow, a big flush blow, the left hand by Davis. Scored well up top. Just a minute and a half left in the fight. A sharp hook to the head by Davis. Last dance, last chance. Last minute of the last round. A piercing uppercut by Davis. What an impact that left hand just made by Davis. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Davis's left landing. What a great round this has turned into. After doing the hurting, now he's the one hurt.
Joe, this is about wit, grit, and spit. This is about fighting.
That was good stuff throughout. Which way did the judges lean? Let's send it up to the ring to find out.
Davis's performance tonight was exactly what he was looking for. And it's exactly what the judges reward. Good, solid effort, a unanimous decision.
Yeah, if he was a pitcher, he'd be getting a shutout right now. Almost a perfect game.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years for tonight's main event. Scheduled for 8 rounds in the light heavyweight division. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. Perry's coming down to the ring, and you can tell with that zip in his step that he plans on this one being a spectacular evening for him. Hawkins' ring walk is very interesting here. This isn't over-the-top emotion. This isn't a guy with an intense glaring stare. Just a guy going to do his job. And they are underway. Round number 1 of this much-anticipated scheduled 8-round bout. He scored well after being hit himself. That could set up things to come there, that jab by Hawkins. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Hawkins is a smart fighter, and in doing so, the smart thing to do for him would be to utilize his jab. He's got a good one.
Yeah, and he's confident with it. See, it's one thing having a good one. You know how many people out there are good at certain things, but they don't have the confidence, they don't know it. He knows that he's good with it. That's the key.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Hits him in the mug with the right. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landing power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Well, we've talked about the fact that this awkward, unorthodox fighter likes to have a little space. He's going to have that, but he's also going to be standing opposite a guy who knows the sweet science, who likes to box from the outside.
Yeah, he is, and of course that means that the boxer is going to stay with good fundamental things. The opposite of the unorthodox fighter. He's going to use the jab, And if he's really smart, he's going to lower that jab a little bit. You know, not jab to the head so much because he might only find air. But he's going to jab to the chest. Just keep the unorthodox fighter off balance. And, you know, the funny thing about it is exploit his weaknesses. Because the unorthodox guy, you know, he's already got technical weaknesses. He's off balance, but he makes it work for him. Now you push him a little bit more off balance by hitting him in the chest. And now you can have a big edge.
Hawkins' is good, clean, and effective punching damaged his opponent in that last round.
There you go.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. See, that's what you want from his left hand. That's exactly what it should be doing, that left hand by Hawkins. Well-placed shot, came after a nice defensive move there. Good block. Hawkins is showing that walking stick right now, utilizing the jab. Eddie, you talk about going out and making a few opening statements here. The jab has spoken loudly for him.
Yeah, it has spoken loudly. What it's told his opponent is you're not just going to walk in. You're not coming into my house. It's going to be hard. I got a couple locks, a couple padlocks on here.
That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Halfway through round number 2. Solid left hand to the head. Good flush shot by Perry. What a big shot. There he goes. He goes down from that headshot. Hawkins' climb back up from the canvas may inspire him. Early on in this fight, one of the things I'm going to look for is who's the more well-rounded fighter offensively. Who can do it all with all their punches?
Well, you look for that in any sport, in any profession. You know, you look at a quarterback, you know, in football, the great ones, they can throw deep, but they can throw the short patterns. They can throw the out, the in pattern. Same thing with a fighter.
We count down the final moments of this round. Hawkins is back. Look at him here in the start of this round. Remember, he got tagged hard in that last round.
Well, that's the reward you get when you have a good camp and you get yourself in top shape.
Good flush shot upstairs. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go, oh no, actually I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. There's that overhand right. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he misses, bang, he gets caught.
Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Good looking counter punch. Little head hunting with the left. Perry's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. An accurate left by Hawkins. Now hugging on the inside. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Oh, that's a big hook right there. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Nice job doubling up the jab by Hawkins. And he just holds on there. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. 10 seconds remaining in this round. And this round comes to an end. As we start round number 4, not a lot separating these guys. Sometimes you can steal a round or two just by being the busier guy.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit about those legendary stories the old timers used to tell me about Rocky Marciano. You know, they used to say that he used to hit the guy's arms. You know, he wasn't scoring clean, but he was keeping his opponent from scoring back. And then later in the fight, he was disabling his opponent from coming back.
Able to cover up that gut. Good, solid right hand by Hawkins. Unable to score with the hook. Hawkins, his opponent, is having a field day, Teddy. That left hand lands again.
Well, he keeps moving the wrong direction. He needs to move away from that punch.
He's doing well, sticking to a game plan on the outside. A well-placed overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Doubling up the jab by Perry. His opponent scored well, but so did he. Hawkins's punch didn't come close. Good-looking uppercut that time. Perry's jab lands well. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Perry's at his best when the combinations are landing. He scored well there with that combo. Good work defensively by Hawkins. Plus, he landed that counter punch.
Yeah, and he forced him to punch. He made him, he drew it out of him, and then he timed him beautifully.
There you go. Back to back.
So the second half of this fight has now arrived. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by Perry. Scored well up top. Perry's right hand scores well. Perry's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Blocks a shot and then lands an uppercut of his own. Flush right hand to the body. And now he's targeting upstairs. Each man able to land an uppercut. Hawkins is getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. That is a strong uppercut there. One of the fastest punches in the game. You see how he just turns over that hook. And he returns on that exchange. Hawkins is on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. Perry's ripped by an uppercut. Hawkins is able to land a good, solid left hand. All right, Teddy, let me put you back in your old job here. You're going to be trainer here. Now, we're just coming off of a round there where clearly I think he won the round, but it's a close, competitive fight that your guys probably win.
Yeah, I know what not to tell him. I'm not telling him he's winning. That's what I'm not telling him. I want to make sure that he keeps his edge. You know, he stays smart and everything, but the only reason that I think he's up is because he's keeping the punch output. He's staying sharp defensively. You know, he's still attacking in the spots that he should attack. I want to keep it that way.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Perry's putting together punch stats tonight that fall right in line with what his strategy is. Outside fighter, throwing lots of jabs, landing lots of jabs.
Well, what it is the jab is the table setter. And the jab tonight has set up the table where he's been able to eat whenever he's wanted.
Good job with the left hand. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Hawkins. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Good biting, snapping shot by Hawkins. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Perry right in the way of that hook to the head. Oh, that had to hurt. To the head he goes with a left hand. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Parries it away. Boom! Big shot upstairs. Defense easily turns into offense. Blocks a blow, sends an uppercut. Perry's showing you what it takes to be the best in this business. Good, crisp combos. Parries that punch intended for the head. Teddy, what advice would you be giving to this charge if you were training him, knowing he's coming off of a good solid effort in that last round and likely is up in a close fight?
Well, you know, sometimes I'm not sure what to tell a guy, but I know what not to tell him. I wouldn't tell him he's up. I wouldn't tell him to let up. That's one thing for sure. I tell him keep doing the same things you're doing. Stay right with it.
Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Solid right by Perry. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Perry's being very efficient right here. I mean, he's just picking his shots. His accuracy is through the roof.
Well, that's one of the talents, and you hope is a talent of a top fighter, is his ability to pick his shots, to be calm enough to see the openings. He's seeing everything right now.
He just missed that shot up top. Halfway through the 7th round. A knifing left hand by Hawkins. Left to the body. And he just turns that hook up top, and it does damage. He comes with the straight right hand. Big shot up top. He really got to him there. High-grade jab there by Perry. Hawkins is left, working well that time. Good return fire that time. Final 10 seconds. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot.
We got it.
It's been a good-looking fight here as we start round number 8. Perry's done a good job, and he's got the lead on your scorecard. However, he has gotten hit tonight. Teddy, he could use to sharpen up that defense.
Yeah, well, you know what he's doing wrong? He's giving opportunities. That's a good point, Joe. He's giving opportunities to his opponent because he's covering up, putting those earmuffs on too much. And when he does that, he handcuffs himself, and his opponent's taking advantage.
Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Good exchange. He fires back. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Hawkins is killing me watching him here. I mean, he doesn't need a 20-by-20 ring. They can fight this thing in like a phone booth here.
No, he looks like one of those cars you see on the side of the road where they removed all the tires, all the wheels. He's not going anywhere.
That does serious damage, that hook downstairs. Hawkins is able to land a nice, clean left hand. Just a minute to go in this bout. Banking away a body shot with the right hand. Hawkins is gotta be feeling the impact of that uppercut. Solid jab by Hawkins. Hawkins' right hand scores well that time. That was a left hand that came raining in on him. He does not look good right now. Expect him to clinch. That was a highly competitive back and forth bout. Now let's hear which way it went. Perry's your winner by a unanimous decision.
Well, he started going to the body, and it paid off for him, and it paid off us. A good, solid fight.
It was indeed, and we're glad you were with us to witness it. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time at the fights. everybody. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for our main event. 8 rounds in the light heavyweight division. Boy, and we expect this to be a big night of action. We spoke with both fighters yesterday. Fireworks anticipated here tonight. Let's see. He's almost giving you the... Round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Jackson's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counter punch.
That's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Look at this, another power punch able to land. We're early on in this fight. He's going for it.
Yeah, you wonder if he's got a car waiting outside.
Targeting that belt line with the right hand. Oh, and now we see some head hunting by Jackson. Oh, what an uppercut. Pulled the trigger on that overhand left. Right to the head with that right. Good shot there with that left. Scores with the uppercut. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. That right hand serving him well. We come to the end of this round, and likely a much needed break for these two warriors because they have been non-stop.
No, they don't know how to fight any other way. They came in, they introduced themselves in the middle of the ring, and they've been there all night.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. How about that left? He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Teddy, I think he's going to go down. I think he's going to go down after getting tagged right there.
He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he's like a guy that's caught in a hailstorm. He's trying to get to the other side of the street, but he just doesn't know where it is now.
Good right hand. Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Well, he really digs in when he decides to throw that uppercut. Good job. Able to get him up against the ropes. Effective work with that flush overhand right. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Jackson. Look at that. And he
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessa. Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. Good way to protect the midsection. Jackson's left now getting into the mix. Jackson's the target of a hook. A harsh headshot by Jackson. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Solid right by Jackson. Jackson's tagged by a powerful body shot. Oh, he digs in downstairs with a counter punch. Nice work with the left hand. That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Jackson.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
Flush right hand to the body. And now he scores with that left to the body. What impact with that uppercut by Jackson. You see him zeroing in with that left hand to the body. Jackson's really impressing us here tonight. That last round, boy, he was on top of his game and all over his opponent. Laid out some serious damage there.
Yeah, I noticed that he's starting to land that uppercut a little bit. The only thing that I wouldn't be satisfied with what he did the last round. I would just look forward for confidence to do more as sort of a good roadmap to maybe even get a knockout victory here. Put something on top of those uppercuts. You know the uppercut's landing. Now put something up top.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Blocks that belt line well. Targeted counterpunch by Jackson. Jackson's now showing us something that could have a great impact on this fight, Teddy, and that's his ability to counter.
Yeah, he's mixing it up a little bit. We know he can lead. We know he can get off first, but now this dimension, serving him well.
Now he's putting his punches together, the combination upstairs. Jackson's done a good job there, offensively scoring with that left hand. Scored well up top. He scored well after being hit himself. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. Jackson's going to think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good solid counter. Jackson's feeling the impact of a big counter punch. Body shot, the left hand. Keeping him on. honest with the double jab up top. Nice work with the uppercut. And just grabbing onto his opponent. Digging in with a left to the gut. Clicks of the top. Good solid right hand he lands there. Jackson's defensive flaws in that last round were very, very costly. He's not doing a good enough job of simply protecting himself.
No, I'm not sure that he knows how.
You don't need that. Throw that away.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there's some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Nice work to the midsection with the left. Jackson's nailed by a counterpunch. Just knifing up with that uppercut by Jackson. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Jackson's got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. Unable to land clean by Jackson. Solid uppercut. Very effective with the block and then the score. Committing to the body work now. He lands the right hand. Jackson's left landing well. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. Unable to score with the hook. And that does it for this round. As we start round number 4, not a lot separating these guys. Sometimes you can steal a round or two just by being the busier guy.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit about those legendary stories the old-timers used to tell me about Rocky Marciano. You know, they used to say that he used to hit the guy's arms. You know, he wasn't scoring clean, but he was keeping his opponent from scoring back. And then later in the fight, he was disabling his opponent from coming back.
Well-placed left hand up top. Jackson's making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old-timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. What a damaging blow. Nice hook upstairs. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. And he's holding. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Jackson. Turns over that hook, and he does damage upstairs. He brings it right back. Big shot upstairs. Right hand downstairs. Solid hook upstairs. Boy, sharp two-punch combination by Jackson. Oh, what an uppercut. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
So the second half of this fight has now arrived. A cut has opened up above his eye. Targeting that belt line with the right hand. Good block. He fires off the combination there and it lands. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Zones in on that overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. There's that overhand right. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. And now they're trading blows. He saw the uppercut, he took advantage, throwing it out there. Jackson's nailed by a huge uppercut. And oh, what a good, strong uppercut by Jackson. Round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you here ringside. Teddy, you know, you really got to admire how accurate he is. I mean, he makes the most of what he throws.
Yeah, he makes it count. This is a guy who doesn't want to waste anything.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. A good hook by Jackson. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Jackson's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Flush right hand to the head. Good flush shot upstairs. Halfway through round 6. Jackson's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. A solid uppercut by Jackson. A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it. And now that backhand, the straight left hand, scores well for him. Great hook to the head that time. Denies his opponent, comes with the overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Solid shot, the overhand left. That is a sharp uppercut by Jackson. Step to the side and then lands the counter.
Yeah, disappear on him, and then all of a sudden appear on him.
All right, Teddy, let me put you back in your old job here. You're going to be trainer here. Now, we're just coming off of a round there. where clearly I think he won the round, but it's a close competitive fight that your guys probably win.
Yeah, I know what not to tell him. I'm not telling him he's winning. That's what I'm not telling him. I want to make sure that he keeps his edge. You know, he stays smart and everything, but the only reason that I think he's up is because he's keeping the punch output. He's staying sharp defensively. You know, he's still attacking in the spots that he should attack. I want to keep it that way.
So a fresh round is underway, but is it a fresh fighter? Jackson's corner, and yet another big shot comes in.
Oh, he goes down hard, and now he's got a real problem ahead of him. Plenty of time for his opponent to jump on him.
Jackson's getting back up to his feet after being knocked down.
A stinging uppercut by Jackson.
That right hand serving him well.
Good biting, snapping shot by Jackson. What a destructive hook to the head by Jackson.
You see him holding on.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Up top with the quick hook. Jackson's getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Left to the body. Big, big shot comes crashing home.
Or you go straight back, and you're going to pay a price. He paid a big one there.
To the belt line he goes with a left hand. Jackson's opponent is having a field day, Teddy. That left hand lands again.
Well, he keeps moving the wrong direction. He needs to move away from that punch.
He digs in with an uppercut after blocking that shot away. Solid left hand to the head. And round 7 comes to an end.
This is anybody's fight. Here we are, the start of round number 8. Teddy, you've got him up slightly, but I don't know. I'm watching this fight, and I think at any moment it could turn.
Yeah, this is like in the old days, you know, the corner might break off one of those ammonia capsules, one of those smell salts, you know, in the nose of a guy. Pick him up a little bit, bring him down the home stretch. Hey, you can't use those anymore, but you can use some stern, strong words. Get going. Come on, pick it up a little bit. Don't sleep now.
Jackson's banged by an uppercut. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. Good flush, straight left hand. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Jackson. He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out. A perfectly placed counter punch by Jackson. Jackson's got the mentality right now of fine, bombs away. He went down earlier, and now he sees this as his only way of getting back in this fight.
Yeah, he's behaving like a guy out in the street. And that's okay for a guy out in the street. You get desperate, you act a little amateurish, you just start throwing bombs, hoping to get rid of the guy. But it's not okay if you're a professional fighter. He's going to pay a price for this.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. That was a miss by Jackson. Up top with the right hand. Targeting the uppercut, and it worked. Jackson's tagged by a hook. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Good scoring shot. It was a straight right. Turns over that hook upstairs. Very, very close fight. But The envelope, please, will bring all the drama. Which way will the judges see this?
This is where they earn their money to be able to pick the right guy for tonight.
Seemed like he was destined to win throughout the fight. Teddy, your scorecard showed that, and the judges agree. Unanimous decision.
Yeah, he was destined to win because he kept using that jab all night long and outworking his opponent.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.